Good morning. So today I've got a very important tip that I want to leave with you, and that is to make sure that you're still prioritizing having some gold and silver in your investment portfolio. So if you're invested, I recommend that you have some of your money in gold and silver, either in the physical metal or in the ETF. Now today, the Federal Reserve is commencing a two-day meeting where they're going to talk about raising interest rates again, or interest rate policy. The market anticipates that over the course of the next 2 days, they're going to make the decision to raise the federal funds rate, which is kind of the benchmark interest rate they control, up to a range of 3 to 3.5%. And the reason they're doing this is they're trying to control inflation. Inflation right now is running at more than 8% a year. The problem is that they don't understand the nature of the problem. A 3% interest rate is not going to control an 8% inflation rate. And not only do they not understand that, but most market commentators don't understand that. In order to control inflation, you have to get positive real rates. Everyone continues to be surprised at how stubborn inflation is in bringing it down, but they're only raising rates at small amounts. You must get positive real rates and hold them there for an extended period. But that is something that the Federal Reserve is unwilling to do. I mean, could you imagine what would happen to our economy if we had positive rates of 9 or 10%. I mean, they need to raise rates to 9 or 10% over the inflation rate, right? Because the inflation rate's at 8%. They would need to do that in order to get control of inflation. There's no way they're going to do that. That would totally collapse the economy because we have so much debt. We're so levered up, not just our businesses and individuals, but also our government, that we wouldn't be able to afford it. So we're not going to do that. As a result, there is going to come a point where, you know, if they raise rates to 4% maybe next year, that the economy is not going to be able to withstand that. The economy won't be able to succeed at withstanding these higher rates. So their higher rates will succeed at crashing the market, but they won't succeed at controlling inflation. And when that happens, when we have our next financial crisis, they're going to take the rates back to zero. There is going to be tremendous political pressure for them to do this. And as a result, you want to make sure that you do have some gold and silver in your portfolio. Now, I've talked with you about this before. Gold and silver are real cash. They're real money. I have encouraged you to have some dollar cash too. You want to have a good amount of dollar cash because when market prices fall, you want to be able to buy at cheaper prices. And in fact, if you look right now, the prices are falling. I believe that the market is down even today. The gold price is down as well, right? Gold is trading at around, last I checked, about $1,670 an ounce, which is, you know, almost 20% below its all-time high set a couple of years ago. Now, I know that this may be discouraging for those who bought gold or who bought silver and the prices have come down a lot. This can be very discouraging. And I admit, I was wrong. I thought prices would be much higher today than they are. However, the course that we're charting ahead remains unchanged. Those prices are headed much higher. And when the Fed decides to pivot, when they decide to start cutting rates and taking them back to zero, those prices are going to go much, much higher. So I encourage you to continue buying with both hands. Prepare yourself because those metal prices are going to get much, much more expensive. And I want you to have them now. I want you to buy them now when they're cheaper and you'll be able to preserve your wealth. Than to buy them when they're a lot more expensive and you'll be buying at higher prices. So please post a question or comment. Send me a private message if you want to talk about it privately. I always enjoy reading your comments. And until next time, I wish you unlimited success.